Assalamu alaikum, people. Hope all is well. Today is Monday, the 17th of February 2020. Today's video is it's just gonna be something that's quite emotional for me. Today, my puppo, my dad's sister, she passed away 7 years ago, and it was like yesterday. The time has gone so fast. It actually is like she's just passed away. And like I'll keep mentioning, my grandfather died 29 years ago, and even that is like yesterday for me. And that's because of the upbringing, the way we were taught that you have to remember your elders, your ancestors, because that's where we have come from. So I try to teach my kids about my grandfather, about my aunties, my uncles, and everyone that has passed away, has gone. I've also got an auntie who's in hospital. She's quite critical, and I just want all the viewers to do dua for her shifa, so for her swift recovery. Yeah, basically, today's video is going to be about teaching our kids to spend time with the elders, as much time as possible. I know we've all gone through that phase where we're not on the same level. We think, oh, they're a little old school and stuff like that, but the bottom line is they have seen this world more than us. They have lived and they know more. I mean, hadith comes to mind, where we were told that respect your elders because they have more deeds than you, and respect your juniors, the children, because they have sinned less than you. And I'm one that actually believes that you need to respect the elders because they have more deeds than you, and you need to respect the children because they have less sins than you. I've always grew up basically with my friends who are older than me. I never really mingled or chilled with many my age. They were always a couple of years older. Till this day, I still see my granddad's friends, and they are old. They're in their like 80s, 90s, and I can sit down and carry a conversation with them. A lot of people would think, why would you do that? The reason is because they've seen the world change and they've adapted. So even if you can't take anything else from that, at least take that these guys have been able to adapt. I mean, I know people that can't adapt with little things, like banking system. It's all gone electronic now. A lot of people, I go to the bank and I see people struggling with that. A lot of people don't like this online system, the whole online money system, the social media system. They can't adapt to it. So for these people to actually see all walks of lives over the time, and then adapt to it, is something you have to put your hands up to, and you have to respect that. I mean, I don't know how the times are going to change with the next generation coming up, but the moral of this video is basically that, for all the youths out there, we were all youths. We've all come through that age. Nobody was, born an elderly person or Uncle G or Auntie G. I mean, I don't believe even people call me Uncle G these days. And now I'm getting to realize that, oh my God, I have actually become an Uncle G. And I'm going to actually become a Nana soon as well. My niece is going to have a baby, and I'm going to be a young Nana, inshallah. But yeah, the fact is that you can never stay young. So yes, we are in the Uncle G's, and soon we will become in the elderly lot, the granddads and stuff. So yeah, nobody was born an old person. We were all born babies, and we've grown up and come through that process. So the ones that are calling us Uncle G's and Auntie G's and laughing now, they're gonna come to that age soon as well. So the realistic thing is that you're only a youngster until the age of 21. And I'm not talking religiously. Religiously is way younger. But yeah, 21, and after 21, then it's basically you're in the adult world. You have to start paying your own way around. I mean, this is not for the lucky guys. Lucky guys where their uncles and aunties and mom and dad and brothers and sisters, siblings basically look after them and pay for everything. That's not the way forth. Even though if you've got everything and you can give them a good head start, good. But I would actually hold back and teach the children that, look, you need to pay your way around. You need to, if you get yourself into problems, you need to try getting out. Yeah, yes, you can support them, but financially I would not advise, because there's so many people out here. I know a lot of friends that have made a lot of money, and when they've died, the kids are just throwing away the money. They've got no respect for that money. The money has no uqat, basically, because they haven't earned it. So spending is easier. When it's someone else's money, you can spend it, you can throw it away, because you haven't earned it. You haven't seen all the sweat and the pain that's gone behind it. But whereas when you earn your own money, you will turn around and respect it, you'll spend it more wisely and stuff like that. But we're not going to talk about that now. I just wanted to briefly just touch upon all these things, because these things actually are issues these days. I mean, these youths, they think they've got a little bit of money in their pocket and they think they're it. They think they're the daddies. Money comes and goes. Look at Saddam Hussein, for an example. The man was eating in gold plates with gold spoons, and everything just changed like that. And we all know how that ended. He was found in a hole, and he was humiliated in front of the whole world, and then he was hanged. Yeah. So that was just an example that, just because you got money today doesn't mean you're going to start looking down on people, and you're going to still have it tomorrow, because the chances are you won't. And even if you were one of the lucky ones that actually lives their full life with the money, all that money that you're saving up, what makes you think your kids are going to respect it? The kids will just throw it out, spend it on drugs, cars, money, clothes, it'll all go. So, you're saving all that money to give them a head start, but the reality is you're not. You're just digging a bigger hole for them, because it'll be harder for them to learn how to earn that money, because you're giving it to them. But we're not going to even talk about that. The reason for this video is because we need to teach our kids how to spend time with the elders. So, when you get if you've got grandparents, I've lost both of my grandparents, and I would give the world to get them back, but it's not happening. So basically, you need to spend time with them. I've lost a lot of close family members, and not only the elderly, even the young ones, but they were still older than me, and I've given them all the time, and I pray that Allah forgives all their sins and gives them the higher Jannah, and hopefully we will meet in the hereafter. Once we have, got out of all the other stuff that we're going to have to pay back for. Once this is all over and done with, I hope and I pray that Allah would reunite us with our loved ones. But yeah, we need to teach our kids. We need to teach our kids to spend time with them, as much time as possible, because remember, there's a saying, grandparents and uncles and aunties are, basically, their grandchildren are the rebirth of them. So basically, that's what it comes down to. We need to spend time with them, and if we don't spend time with them, then we can't expect our next generation or our children to turn around and spend time with us. So you have to give time for us to even be in the category where we can expect our kids to give us time. Yeah. There's a saying that if you're good to your parents, your children will be good to you. I agree with that to an extent, but that's a good motto for you to carry on, being good to your parents. The reality is there's a lot of parents that a lot of children that have given all their time and their lives to their parents, and the parents don't really acknowledge it. And they've been really good to their parents, and the kids have turned out to be the opposite. So, a lot of these things are just telltales, if you know what I mean. But that doesn't mean that you can't, like I always say in all my videos, take the good and reject the bad. So basically, even if your kids don't be good to you, yeah, and you are being good to your parents because you want your children to be, even if your kids don't be good to you, at least you have earned the good deeds of looking after your parents. Because remember, the mother holds you in your stomach for 9 months, and we cannot even repay that one little second that she's held us in the stomach for. yeah, in a womb, let alone the milk, the drop of milk, yeah, and all the looking after and all the pain she goes through. They say that when a woman gives birth, it's like basically she's been in between death and hell, death and life. You know, heaven and hell. She's gone there and come back. Basically, this is God's way. That's why Jannah is in the feet of the mother. You know, I grew up hearing that. Oh, you know, the Jannah is in the feet of the mother. Yes, it is. But we used to also make a joke out of it that, oh, the father's got chappal, jutti on his feet. But the reality is, if it wasn't for the father, we wouldn't be here. You know? We wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the father. So the father also has the same level of respect when it comes to parenting. You know, there's hadiths that say that the mother, and then the father. Yes, but that was a circumstance for that hadith to be there. The father also loves their parents as much as the children, as much as their mother. The difference is the father cannot show his emotions because it's a manly thing. But coming back to the subject, we need to spend time with our elders. You know, even your cousins your own age, even if someone's older than you for 1 hour, they've seen the world more than you for that 1 hour. You have to respect that. Experience these days, I mean, you cannot use age with experience. Basically, just because someone's older doesn't mean that they've got more experience in life. No, but they've seen more. So you have to give them that. There's youngsters out there that have been through so much more. I mean, look at Syria, look at Iraq, look at Afghanistan. There's kids that have been through things that we could never even imagine going through. But because they're younger, does that not have no value? Of course it has to have value. So, you know, now the system here is basically where, I don't know where you guys are or the audience is, but in the UK, what they've started doing now is they've turned around and basically, I've grew up, you know, with all my family and friends around. I've got family up north, I've got family up south. You know, whenever there was holidays, we would look forward from school holidays and then you can go and spend some time with them. Now, the system's changing. What they're doing is they've changed the holiday timing, so there's a week apart. So, you know, like now, like my kids are on half term, basically, up north, they have their holidays start 1 week before, so my kids cannot spend time with their cousins, and this is the environment we're living in. So basically now the kids are going to be they're going to be going away from each other. They won't be able to spend time on holidays. They won't be able to you know, go out on holidays, you know, go out and about on holidays like we used to, because of the timing difference. So any opportunity as parents that you have, get your kids to mingle in, because once you're gone, there is no one going to be there to turn around and hold all the kids together, the next generation together. If we invest in that now, then the next generation, if you don't get anything else, at least, you know, they can talk good of you when you're gone. You know, even them mentioning something good about you when you're gone is gonna be enough to turn around and save you from the hereafter. You know, the pain of the hereafter. You know, little things. When someone does dua, does good zikr about you, mention something good about you, it's good. The people get the deeds sent to them there. So, you know, if you don't get nothing else, at least, you know, the kids know who their ancestors are, who their uncles were, who their aunties were, who their grandparents were. So just take that from this, that, you know, start investing in family. Even before you give your sadaqah, your zakat, you need to turn around, and God says, take what you need for yourself. Help your family before you help someone out there. So obviously family is very important. Every religion tells you to be good to thy family, good to thy neighbor. So, you know, these things, you know, we always look for things that are basically different rather than the same. So every religion, rather than us looking that, oh, we're different from these according to this. Why don't we look at what is similar? The similarities of religions. And all religions tell you to be good to thy neighbor, good to thy family, to your parents, don't steal, don't rape, don't do any of these bad things. We all have to turn around and at least agree on the common ground. And if we start thinking of all the similarities rather than the differences between us, this world will be a better place. So yeah, I think that's the moral of the story. And if you can please all remember all the deceased, all my puppo, my granddad, my uncles, anyone that's died. Yeah, if you could please just do Fatiha for them, do dua for them. Can you pray for the ones that don't have anyone left in this world to pray for them? Those are the ones that actually need our prayers, because due to circumstances, there's no one left there for them to pray for them and do bakshish for them. So if you can pray for anyone that's died and who was a true believer in the oneness of God, it doesn't have to be just in Islam, it can be in anything, as long as they believe in the oneness of God. Yeah, just pray for them all, and just pray that Allah may basically make it easy for them in the hereafter. And please also remember me in your du'as. So we've still got over 15 minutes. I'm trying, lads. I'm trying to drop the time, but until you don't complain, I'm gonna carry on. So anyway, I hope you have a good day, and saved by the bell. Bye-bye.